How's everybody doing? Today on the very messy bench will be Flight Test's new FT Mini Scout. Woo! The Mini Scout has turned out to be a pretty cool little plane. See, I just couldn't leave it alone. I had to go messing with it. I added ailerons to the wings just to give a little bit more turn authority. I fly in some kind of small park areas. You know, if you've flown 3-channel before, sometimes your turns aren't quite as tight as you would like them to be. So I just had to mess with the design, add ailerons. Now, V1, my ailerons are 6 inches. And actually the flight footage that you'll see later is with those 6-inch ailerons. Well, last night I decided to add another 3 inches, so they'll be 9 inches long and about 1 inch wide. Now, instead of adding 2 5-gram servos, which adds a total of 10 grams of weight, woo, good math, Chris! I decided to add 1 9-gram servo in a push-pull setup here, just like the Baby Blender's push-pull aileron servo setup. I'd have to say my impressions of the plane with ailerons are good. This plane's fun. I mean, why do we do this? Why do we build these planes? Because they're fun. And this plane is fun. The flight footage you'll see is not my first maiden. It was kind of the second maiden. I don't believe in filming first maidens. I just think that they're boring. It's like trimming the plane out. The plane's 3 mistakes high. Woohoo! So the flight footage you will see is actually the second battery I ran through it. Flew it 3 times yesterday. Wind started picking up, and this plane does not like wind very much. I definitely see why it would be a good candidate for indoor flying. But that said, I'm using a Turnigy Park 300 1600 kV motor, and I was concerned about thrust. No problems with thrust whatsoever. Little 10-gram speed control. I'm flying off of 3S Zippy 820C battery, and that has worked really well. It balances out right here, pretty much as far up on the nose as possible. I decided not to put landing gear on it because I'm going to belly land in grass. So I hot glued zip ties right along this nose area to reinforce it, and so far no problems. One of the other modifications I made was I added just a little piece of foam right here behind the battery, someplace where I could stuff all of the wires here so that they wouldn't get in the way of the push-pull aileron servo. So overall, the plane flies super slow. I just kept saying wow, 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 because it flies so slow and stable slow. Not the kind of slow where you go, oh no, I think it's going to stall out and nose in, but just stable slow. You end up using your throttle as an elevator with this design of wing. You'll end up using your throttle quite a bit as an elevator, along with your elevator, because I was concerned I didn't have very much throw with my elevator servo, because I put, instead of putting it furthest out on the control horn hole, I kind of put it in a little bit too far, so there wasn't really a lot of servo travel. Turns out no problems whatsoever. So I saved myself some space inside by cutting off the servo horns, and haven't had an awful lot of problems with a throw. I did put some notches in here just to make it balance a little better, and so far no problems there. I think I'm going to take a piece of packing tape and just cover the entire bottom with packing tape, since I intend on belly landing it. And the belly landings are just so smooth. Carry a little bit of throttle, and it just sets in and only slides maybe a foot. So all in all, my impressions of this plane is it's a lot of fun. It's small, doesn't handle wind very well. The wind starts picking up in the video, you'll see, and it starts to baffle the plane around a bit. But definitely a great backyard calm flying plane, and I'm happy with the ailerons. I'm glad I put the ailerons on there. They do make the turns a little bit sharper. I don't think I'm going to be doing any rolls with it or anything like that, but who knows? Maybe. So if you're looking for a nice little backyard plane that only costs $1.50 to build, it was like a sheet and a half of foam board. Print out the plans or buy a speed build kit, and this plane is a lot of fun.
Oh yes. Hey, a roll! Look at that glide slope.